Hey everyone. Sunday for me today. I don't know when you're watching this. Well, most of you will watch it on Monday. But I don't know when. But it's a nice Sunday out. And I'm going to talk about a long-awaited subject. I don't think... You know what I'm doing right now? I don't think this is straight. I'm trying to get all this done. And why am I trying to get it all done today? I want to get out of here. I want to get the heck out of Dodge. I am tired of the wind and I'm tired of the dust. My van is, as far as I'm concerned, most people know, but I'm kind of a clean freak. It's a mess. I mean, yesterday, more wind, and it was so hot. So I couldn't cover my minivan with my emergency blankets. The wind would have taken them off. So I had to leave the door open a little bit, and literally I can feel it. It's like sand up there. My minivan needs to be cleaned out, so I'm going to go somewhere tomorrow where I can do a complete reset. I need to reset. Oh yeah. I need to do all these blankets down here. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I have had such a fun time out here. And with all the new friends that I made, I love you guys. I do. I just got to do a reset, and I've got some projects I got to get going on. I was going to do it out here, but I wanted to spend time with you, and I'm not, but it was my choice. I just loved you all, and I wanted to, really bond with you. It'd be, our friendships are for life, I think now. So, I love you. So, today, I'm going to talk about a long-awaited subject, But first, and then there's more, I want to talk about yesterday, Saturday, the HAWA presentation. And I talked about how to stay fit. I've done videos about that. The videos didn't do so great. I mean, they did fine, but not like the other subjects. But, hopefully it'll stick, because I think exercise is really important. And maybe it's because you already know it's important. You don't want to hear about it again. I don't know. But I've got some good suggestions. And, yeah. So, the presentation, OMG. I was sitting here. I did it on my laptop. Let me turn it that way. Oh, that's better. I did the Zoom presentation using my laptop. Ugh, that was bad. It just doesn't have the same graphic card as this gorgeous, gorgeous iPhone. iPhone 12 Pro Max. Woo! Yay for iPhone. Well, why didn't I use my iPhone? Well, I wasn't accustomed to it, and I went with what I knew the first time. Maybe I'll do another one with them, Yeah, it helps them out, to have videos that they can upload to their YouTube channel too, because they're a nonprofit organization. Yeah. HAWA, that's the organization Home on Wheels Alliance, and it is the organization that Sue Ann and Bob Wells, and I don't know, Sue Ann, I don't know your last name, but I guess we all know who Sue Ann is. Sue Ann, see, you're so popular, like Cher. You just need the first name, just Cher. And it's Bob Wells that they organize, and they do a lot of help and good things for the nomad community. So I did the video. It was about exercising, staying fit, and being positive in life. I'm all about that. Well, I did it on my laptop, and I'm going to leave the link. The link is in the comments. I'll leave that there. And I'll pin it to all the comments of this video. I just love you guys. And the quality of the video is, and I said, and I said that a lot. I looked at it this morning, I was like, oh, yikes. And on my videos, I don't do that as much. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not exactly sure the psychology of it all, why this seems easier for me. Maybe because I'm not on a time limit and I can do it in my own time. But there I was on a time schedule, and I had to start at this time, and I had to finish at this time. And so maybe it's a little bit more pressure. I don't know. Because I'm not nervous to speak in public. I knew that there were people out there listening, but I think it was maybe that it was more organized. Ooh, I just said, I guess I do say, but I do say a lot. But if you stick with that video and you go on How It and you watch it, so I want to get a lot of watching on it, because it's like supporting me too there. If you want to support me, go watch it. And there is good information. I tried to be funny, and I don't know, they fell flat. And you know why I think they fell flat? Is because if you're like a comedian, you have an audience on there, they're going, ha, 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 you know. It was total silence. I didn't hear anything because I couldn't hear them. Maybe they laughed or they've grown like, maybe they did. I don't know. So, but once I think I got in, when I watched it, once I got into like the first 7-8 minutes, it kind of I relaxed. Because even when they started, they said, okay, so here we go. You got 5 minutes to go and we're waiting. My heart was going boom, 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 boom. And I thought, settle down, you know, like up here, I'm telling the captain's telling the soldier, settle down. And it kind of did. And they'll breathe, you know. What am I so nervous about? This is crazy, but it is a little nerve-wracking. I'm just going to tell you. So the first 5 or 7 minutes, I'm a little trying to like, yeah. And I knew that the video quality was very poor. So if you want to watch that, and it does get way better in the end. I think I'm a little bit more me and a little bit more relaxed. The relaxed Minivan Lee, yeah. So I've got that going on, and I ask that you watch that. I've got a couple other projects I want to do, and so I want to get out of here. I was going to start doing a project here, but I just don't think I can now. Come Tuesday, there's going to be more wind. You know, I'm done with the wind. I'm done with the sand blowing, and because it is getting so hot, I can't, if the wind blows and it's hot, I can't put up my, it's no longer a doable situation. That's why most people have left. It's so beautiful out here. This is the best time to be here, I think, because there isn't anybody here, but unless you were inside and you had a air conditioner, but why would I want to be inside all the time? You know, I'm all about being outside, so I'm going to go where I'm comfortable. It might not be a cooler place, but I'll soon go to a cooler place, yeah. What I need to do is find a place to go for April, because in May I got to go to Ohio. So I'm just going to bide my time before I can go there. So I'm going to be cleaning a little bit today, going to the dump and dumping anything that I don't want to take. I'm going through things today. So let's get to this long-awaited subject. You've all been like, hey, Lee, hey, Lee, hey, Lee. Well, it's about potty. Let's go potty. How do we go potty? You know, like a book about, for children. Everybody poops. Yeah. Everybody farts. Yeah, you know, we do fart. I know. Well, I was in the medical field, and as a mother of 4, you know, these subjects don't really bother me anymore. And, you know, way back, I worked at a nursing home. I changed a whole lot of adult diapers, too, and wiped down adults. Yeah. And so with farting, I mean, you know, they say we fart like 16 times a day. We pass gas 16 times a day. Well, it could be burping, too. So you know we're doing it. Everybody's doing it. Yeah. Oh, we know. So am I. Yeah. I can belch like the best of them out there. My new found friends found that out big time. I mean, if there's a burp that needs to come up and I'm out here boondocking, who cares? Yeah. And they look at me, they go, wow. Oh, yeah. I can belch, yeah. Few farts every once in a while too. Yeah, because you're out here, you're eating. It's like, I don't know why. I have been very more cave lady out here. Yeah, a little bit more, raw, barbaric. Ooh, you know, we're animals. You know, it just, I don't know. It has come out in me this time. This is the longest that I've boondocked for a period of time. It's been almost 3 months. Yeah. Well, 2.5 months, but, well, yeah. almost 3 months. So that's a long time. A lot of you are boondockers. You boondock all the time. This has been a real experience. And it's been an experience. I think after we do the potty thing, I'll also talk about, it's going to be kind of a talking video, but I want to also talk about what I've learned about having more people around me while I'm camping, because this is a first for me too. A lot of you were used to the caravans, and I think most of us are solo. Some of us do caravans, but I want to address that issue of things that have cropped up thus far. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll think of other things that, like, wow, yeah, that I just noticed that, and I'll share it with you on my experience. Okay, potty. Let's talk about potty. Let me get my potty equipment. Let me get my poop things. Yeah. Okay. First, let's talk about pee things. Well, what I have here, let me get in because I think the sun might be, I know, it's a sun issue out here. If I was in a city, I could find a shady spot and do this. Yeah. Out here, I'm just in the sun. I mean, because the way I'm parked, I don't even go into it. I'm tired of being here. That's all you need to know. I'm tired of being here, and I'm going to get through this. This is, I don't know why they're stuck together, but they were Easter buckets, and they were 99 cents, so I bought them. And I thought it was nice to put my pee container in here. That way I'm not peeing, and then I'm just like sitting it on the ground. Yeah. This is my pee situation. Yeah. Now, this is a smaller one than I normally use, but it's still got this, it's got a wide mouth. Yeah. Yeah. And let me mention this. This was months ago. I had a gal leave a comment, and she goes, I love all your information, Lee. You have so much. She goes, but please don't do like Bob Wells did and start talking about pee and poop stuff. We don't want to know that. You know, guess what? You do want to know that. And as nomads, we need to know how to do this. Especially girls, we need to know, how are we going to pee? We don't have the same equipment, that, yeah, we can like direct the stream at, we need to, use something to kind of hover over however you want to do this. I hover over this. I just do. And it just, yeah. Now, some of you use those. I don't use this. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a cup that fits up over there, and then there's a hose and it goes in there. I don't use it. They drip. I don't even want a chance for this thing to drip. I've never spilled it. I'm very careful. And when it's full, I empty it. Where do I empty it? Well, out here, I empty it where it should be emptied. And that's all you need to know. Yeah, because they kind of frown on it, but it doesn't make sense not to. And a lot of people think, oh, that's so, urine isn't that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just, it's water. It's got some, some toxins in it and everything. But yeah. I empty it out where it should be emptied out. Some people say it's supposed to be emptied out on a rock. Why would I want to water a rock? Rocks don't need to be watered. They don't need water. Out here, these plants need pour water. They need what they can get. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I do. Now, when I'm in the city, what do I do? Well, I'll show you my bucket system. Oh, yeah. It's coming. Hang on. It's a bucket system. And you've already seen videos. It's nothing special. But you seem to be, a lot of people seem to be really intrigued with it all. So I'm going to reveal it. But what I'll do with this is I will pour it into my bucket and into the bag. And then yeah. So this is my pee container. If I could find a toilet or something, like if I'm in the park, I'll go and I'll put it down in the toilet. Oh yeah. Now, if I can find a bathroom, I use it. Whether it's Walmart, the parks, wherever, I'm going to use the bathroom. But at night, you say, well, don't you have to go to the bathroom at night? Well, of course course I do. I just never, like, let's not talk about it now. I'll talk about it later. But seriously, of course. I mean, duh. Of course I got to go. And I know that a lot of you have watched Bob Wells. I don't know why so many people were so bent on wanting to know how I did it. Yeah, I did it just the same as anybody else. We all do it. We all use this. And guys have them too, because they got to go pee at night. Now, there are some who they boondock all the time. And they keep up a shower tent, or they have a tent that they can walk into. And they keep their potty there. There are some, and they, even at night, they'll get out of their rigs and they'll walk to their shower tent and they'll pee there. They just don't want to go to the bathroom in their rig. The rig might be smaller, or they're just not into it. So they do that. I don't. And a lot of guys, they do have pee containers. And at night, they got to go to the bathroom. Yeah. I mean, what if you're traveling and you really do have to, like, pull over and go? You use this. Yeah. There it is. In the plastic, in the flesh, in the plastic. There it is. There it is. And I put it in there, and then I put it I kind of put it in between my seats, because I don't want it to go boop. If it's in between my seats, or where the seats were, because I don't have the seat here, I just put this, and it kind of, and it's in there. That way it can't go like this if I'm, and I know where it's at all times. It's kind of away from me. And then I have my, this, and it sort of covers it up. I don't even have to look at it. Yeah. So that's that. That's my pee system. So on to number 2. Number 2. We're all adults. Remember the book, everybody poops for kids. Yeah, we all do. Okay. So let's get to number 2. Gotta have the wipes. I bought pamper wipes so I could get the container. I like this container, and I don't even use this because they still don't want to come out this way. So I keep them nice here. I open it up and I grab a wipe. Yeah. I just grab one. Yeah. There we go. And I use wipes for cleanup. Yeah. Now for urine, I usually use tissue, and I keep tissues. I'm out of tissue. I'm out of tissues and paper towels right now. So, yeah. But these wipes, yeah, definitely for number 2. Yeah. And keep this filled. What I do is when I get Walmart wipes, I would get other people's wipes like Target or whatever, but I don't really get to Target that often. I usually go to Walmart, and I just cut the side open and slip the whole pack out and slip it in here. So, yeah. There we go. There's my bathroom system. Woo! I'm actually revealing it. Here's my Lugabaloo. I took off the top. It was too annoying. It was annoying, and I took it off and I threw it away. Yeah. But this is it. And after each use, I don't know how many people in the house do that, but I wipe it down after each use. Yeah. It's always clean, sterilized. Yeah. So this is it. Now, my bucket's a little different than maybe other people's buckets, because I have one of the long buckets. It's not completely round. And why do I have this bucket? It's a red one. You've seen it, like you buy it at Walmart. It's a red bucket. I've got 2 bags in here. I always use 2 in case there's a hole in the bag. And I have found that every once in a while. And no, that's scary. So I have 2, maybe even 3 baggies in here. When I'm done, I only get rid of the top one and then put another one over the existing one. Yeah. The reason that I have a bucket that's long is because I'll show you how I store it. And I put things in here, and I needed a long one. I almost got rid of this. I thought, well, no, I think I will go for the round one. I think at first, way back, I couldn't find a round bucket. They didn't have one. I thought, well, I guess I'll get this. But it turned out to be the one I wanted, because there's things in here that I can store in here when I'm not using this, when I'm done with it. And I clean it up, put a new bag in it, and I can store things in it that are longer. If it was a round bucket, they wouldn't fit in here. And so, yeah, I use the long one. Now, if I put the luggable loo over it, sure, I mean, there's a space in here where it's in the cover, but, you know, it's all good. I've never, you know, doesn't create an issue. So this is it. Yeah, this is my potty, my potty bucket. Ooh. Y'all get to see it for the first time. It's a clean bucket. It's a nice bucket. Actually, it's very sturdy. I mean, I can't even, some of those round ones, you can bend it. I can't even bend this thing. This thing is solid. So this is my system. Now, when I am, like in the morning, and I'll show you where I put it. It's in that, you know, those bins. It's a big bin that sits here first. It's by the door, blocks the store, and then two smaller ones, two narrow ones. And so I do have to get it out. Over here, I just put the two small ones, get inside the big one, get my potty out. I might even get it out maybe before I make my coffee, and I just sit it over here ready to go. Or when I, you know, feel the urge and I get it out. I mean, you know, and I set it there and use it and wrap it up, put a tie on it, put it with my garbage that I'm going to, when I take off for the morning and when I'm in the city that I'm going to get rid of. If I'm boondocking, I put it in my pail with the gamma lid. Yeah. So city mode and country mode. Now, let's talk about sustainability. I know on Cheap RV Living, people used to, I mean, I think we've got it now, used to give Bob Wells a hard time, like, well, you're wasting plastic and there's too many bags. Well, come on. When you're in a house, every time you flush the toilet, you're wasting 2 gallons of water. Yeah. And that's even when you're urinating, you flush the toilet every time. As far as baby diapers go, all over the world, not just here in America, but all over the world, babies are soiling diapers, even urinating. They're not even, you know, maybe going and, you know, pooping. My mother hated that word, pooping. Oh my gosh. She didn't like it. I mean, she didn't freak out, but it wasn't really her thing. So if I ever wanted to maybe irritate my mother, because she could irritate me too, you know, it's a poop. I didn't do it to her. Okay, I digress. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, babies poop all the time in their diapers and they throw them in the garbage. So, yeah. Now, where do I put this in the city, my garbage? Get it ready. I have found that some cities are better than others that have access to dumpsters and garbage. For example, what is this? Okay. That was weird. I got a message with some nice music, you know. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the garbage. Something's right there. Get rid of it. Oh, those notifications. Don't you love them? If I turn off notifications, sometimes I forget to turn them back on, you know, so sometimes it's better just leave them on while I'm filming. But yeah, in Tucson, I mean, I know because I know Tucson, but even when I'm in Reno or another city, I look around to see where dumpsters are so I can just put it in the dumpster and get rid of it. There are some cities, though, that they lock up all these businesses, they lock up their dumpsters, so makes it kind of hard. I guess the employees have to go out and unlock it, dump the business garbage, and then lock it back up. But it's all the same company. I mean, and then as far as dumping garbage, really, I can fill up my white bucket. It's a 5-gallon bucket, and it's got the gamma lid on it that I can fill that, and it takes a week to fill it up with my garbage, unless I use a lot of canned foods. But really, I remember living in a house, and I see people in the houses, they drag out and roll out these big, you know, a dumpster, garbage bins, the green ones, you got green ones, you got blue ones, yeah, and take them out and put them by the road so they can get picked up. And those things are full. Every week they're full. So who's really being sustainable and who isn't? I know people living in a bricks and sticks, they're going through a lot more baggies than we are. Yeah. So that conversation is it's just moot. We are very sustainable out here. As far as water goes, I use maybe 1.5 gallons a day. Yeah. And most people living in a house, they let their water run in the sink so they can find hot water. How much water is being wasted there? So, yeah. Okay, done with that. So this is my potty system. And I know y'all want to see it. Now you've seen it. It's just, yeah. Now, there are some people that don't use this system. They go in and their body has been trained of when they do their number 2. And they go in and find a facility, whether it's Walmart or Chevron or Pilot or whatever, or rest stops, things like that. They wait. They've trained their body to wait. Me, I would rather use this system. I'm not really keen on a lot of public bathrooms. I don't really like public bathrooms. I use them, but I don't really like them. I don't mind peeing in them, but yeah. So this is my system. And now I'm going to show you my gamma lid and where I store this, and I'll show you how I store this. Oh, it feels like the wind's picking up just a little bit, but here's my 5-gallon bucket. I think I got this at Home Depot. My gamma lid. Now, there is a piece that comes with the gamma lid. See this right here? This comes with the gamma lid, and you have to put this on your 5-gallon bucket. I got a lot of things out. I'm kind of cleaning things. Yeah, you put it in there. I put a baggie in here. I put one of those white baggies and tighten it up. There is no odor that comes out of this once that gamma lid is on. So when I'm out boondocking, this is perfect, because where am I going to put it until I can go into town to dump it, either in a dumpster or if there's a refuse center available. Yeah, and a lot of times I'll put this in my tent, but if I don't put my tent up, I'll leave it out here. I'll just leave it out here on my tarp. Now here, this big bin that goes in there on city mode, but when I'm out boondocking, I just set it out here. My potty, when I'm in city mode, goes here. If I'm out boondocking, that tent is pathetic, but I'll just sometimes after I put a new bag in, I just sit it in there and zip it back up. And then before I go in for the night, I kind of put it in my front seat so I have access to it if I need it. Yeah, so I don't have to come out here in the dark and find it. So yeah. So let's see how I store this thing, and I'm going to store it right now. Let's take this lid off. This is what I have in here. There's just a lot of odds and ends in here, but let's get this ready to go. I keep my baggies in a bag. My baggies are in a bag. I'm going to get this out and start cleaning. My Mr. Heater. Steamer. So what I do is this just fits down in here. It just fits in here. This I slip on the side. I haven't put it in here for about 2 months, so I have to move some things around. Yeah. There we go. Fits in the side here. Now, because this is wider, it's bigger, wider mouth, what I do is I can fit my steamer without the lid. And I can fit this on top of it. Okay. And this fits right in there. Yeah. Because I don't want this to get broken, so I'm kind of careful with this. And then the lid, this lid, I can just fit here. So if you can see here, so as you can see here, there's my bucket there, and I just store those there. Now when I need to get it out, all I need to do is I just pull out my Mr. Buddy. I mean, even in summer, I keep it there. And I just pull it out, and I get out my steamer and blah, 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 and get my bucket out. But it works there, and it's out of my way, and I don't want to look at it. So that's how I store it. Then you can see in here is where I keep all of my propane and butane. So that's why I have always called this my sort of under the sink items. This would be things maybe under my sink in the kitchen. And I keep things like, I do have some Dawn. I don't use it very often. Keep an extra thing of alcohol. Peroxide. Hand sanitizer. Right there. And then what I do is, this is that collapsible sink. Put this here. This is where I keep my extra wipes, and I need to get some more. Laundry things. And this is the system. Everybody's going to have their own little system. That is mine. And I know you've all been anxiously awaiting, how do I go potty? Well, that's how I do it. In the city and while I'm out boondocking. Very important for boondocking. I mean, where are you going to go to the bathroom? Come on. I mean, a lot of guys, they go out and they pee against a bush or tree. They water it. They give it water. And yeah, when we were out at the campfire, some of us girls, we had our little flashlights and we went out there and we just squatted out there. It's kind of fun, you know, it's like, oh, you're just being like, just free. Yeah. I mean, you know, they frown on it now, but I think for eons and civilizations, I mean, people, you know, peed out there, you know, without like, oh, that's horrible. That's, you know, and it's like, well, you know, dogs do it. You know, at a park, I realized seeing all those dogs at the park, we're literally walking on dog urine, or we're putting our blankets down in the grass on dog urine. You know, maybe we need to stop dogs from urinating everywhere too. So, but that's a whole nother, that's very controversial. I'm sure I'll get some comments on that, you know. But no, it's a fact. And I've had other people say it. It's like, I would put my blanket on, I go, I wonder how many dogs peed here. And they go, oh yeah, we just saw somebody pee, a dog pee right there. So yeah, urine is for civilizations. People have urinated their liquids, you know, onto bushes and trees and things like that. Yeah, it's a fact of life, you know. I don't know where we got so darn prissy these past few years. Yeah. So that's it, and I'm glad that you all watched this. So I want to tell you all just a little story. Actually, that when I was talking before, that was a notification coming up. And it was so profound. When something really profound happens in my life, I put it on my calendar to remind me. And I put it it's a yearly reminder. And so I have this one down as a yearly reminder. 2 years ago, I'll be brief with it. 2 years ago, I was at the Cincinnati Zoo. And if you know anything about me from before in my past, I went to the Cincinnati Zoo often. I had a membership, and I actually started this channel. It was called the Cincinnati Zoo Experience. I thus, as a nomad, changed it. And so, but way deep, I still have videos of the apes and yeah. And the lions. So it's a lioness story. So I was visiting the Lioness and the Lion, the exhibit. And they had a really big exhibit, but sometimes in the afternoon they would lay by, and it was a glass here. There's a big glass, and they would lay by the glass. Well, the Lioness was actually leaning against the glass. It was real tall, and kids would come up and want to see the Lioness. Well, I was kind of just sitting down by the Lioness, and I was kind of scooted. I had my knees up, and the more kids that came, I kind of scooted in more. I mean, I wasn't about to move, this was my spot, and I wanted to stay there. But I kind of pulled in just a little bit, and I was sitting like this with my hands around, and watching the kids and watching the Lioness. And the Lioness turned around, she was laying down, and she looked at me. And she was interested. It was obvious. And she got up and she looked right at me. And of course, the kids were by the glass going like this, trying to get the Lioness' attention, like, look at me, look at me. She would have none of it. She wanted me. I felt so special. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, oh, what's happening? And everybody then was looking at me and almost felt like I didn't do nothing. I assumed by her behavior she wanted to play. And she kept looking at me. So, I started putting my hand to interact with this Lioness. And I mean, she's right there. There's only this much glass. And so she's right there. I can see her. And her head is like right there because I'm crouched down. Well, I kept putting my hand there, and I'm almost embarrassed. Like, I look around like, I don't know what's going on here. Well, then the Lioness started pawing. I mean, she stood all the way up and was pawing the glass. She wanted at me that bad. It made the kids, and then the people standing around were going, ooh, like, wow, what's going on? And even I was like, I'm putting my hand there, and it was quite a moment. I really felt, it gives me chills even thinking about it, because the whole feeling of it was almost supernatural. Yeah. And I can't, it was so special. I can't really even obviously put it into words. And I just was, and then I think she got frustrated and she just sort of walked away. And I was like, wow, I was speechless. So then I left and I was walking around, and I spent so much time at the zoo that there was this one fella who was always, every time I saw him, he was mainly in with the apes. He knew the apes by name. He knew the history of the apes. He knew each ape that was before him and where he went in the nation. Some of them went to San Diego Zoo, things like that. Well, I went there and I went to see, I was still stunned. I was kind of walking on a cloud, and I went up to him and I said, wow, I got to tell you what just happened. So I described it, and he looked at me, and he sort of like looked, and he was like, oh my gosh. He goes, I never realized it, but he goes, you look just like the lion's previous handler. Yeah. So I guess the Lioness thought I was her. I mean, oh wow. I almost makes me cry thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting kind of teary-eyed. But it was a flashbulb moment, and I put it on my calendar, and I just got reminded that 2 years ago today, I experienced that this Lioness and me, we had something going on. We had something going on. I mean, how many people can say that? Well, I can, and it was very special. So I wanted to share that with you. And I know some of you said, oh, I love your stories. So yeah. Well, that's my story, and I'm changed by it, I think. I think it changed me, that I can be that closer. I don't even know how it changed me. I'm not even going to go into it. I'm not going to analyze it, but it did change me. And I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. And thank you for being patient with me with these videos. I've had a lot going on with that presentation. Go watch that. Yeah. And then, of course, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. You watched it all the way through. Thank you so much. And I just love you guys. I mean, I feel like some of you who have been with me from the beginning were such good friends. Yeah. Check out the links for Amazon products that I have tested, and they're tried and true. And if you want to get them, go through my link. Go through my link. I've explained it before. I won't do it again. Go through my link and order it right away. Don't leave it in your cart past 24 hours. So, okay, have a really good day. Mwah. Bye.